What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about 10 Canadian cities that most Americans don't know about. So, to be honest, like most Americans, I don't know that much about all the different places in Canada. I mean, I know like Toronto and Vancouver, Ottawa, but at the same time, I also remember thinking that Ontario was a city. For the longest time, I thought that. So I don't really know where we went so wrong here in the United States, but most of us Americans don't really know anything about Canadian geography. So today, I want to take some time to learn about 10 big major Canadian cities that most of us Americans have never even heard of and don't know about. So let's take a look at these, starting with, oh God, okay, this one I'm not even gonna try, because this name came up in like a different video that I did a while ago, and I know I butchered this name. I keep wanting to say Mississippi, but and so I was like, is it like Mississauga? Auga, like an alarm. Mississauga. No, so I actually wrote it down. So this is pronounced Mississauga. Mississauga, Ontario, with a population of 720,000. This is a big city, you know? This is a huge city for like Americans like to have never even heard of this before. Where is this place, by the way? It's in Ontario. It says this is a major suburb of Toronto. Is a suburb a city? Maybe you guys have like different terminology in Canada, but to me, a suburb is like away, outside of the city, like where there's maybe neighborhoods or like a small town, maybe. But this is I guess since Toronto is so huge, there's like isn't there like 5 or like 10 million people in Toronto? So I guess a suburb of Toronto is an entire city? 700,000 people. Mississauga is home to Canada's busiest airport. Oh, wow. And despite being relatively unknown outside Canada, it is the sixth largest city in the entire country of Canada. This is the sixth biggest city. And, like, when I tell you Americans have never heard of this, like, yeah, that's pretty incredible. Um, I'd like to see maybe like where this is or some images. Yeah, okay. Let's pull up Google here. Here's a map if I zoom out. Oh yeah, there's Toronto. Oh wow. This is right next to Toronto. Like very this couldn't you argue that this is like this isn't it just Toronto? Like it looks like the city just extends into Mississauga. What? This is a little confusing to me. Huh. Okay. Fair enough. I don't make the rules. Do we have some pictures? Yeah, here we go. Wow. This is a beautiful city. Yeah, it's got huge buildings. Like, this is a city, but it also is showing neighborhoods as well. But it's also showing a picture of Toronto and the CN Tower under the Mississauga Google images, so that's confusing. It's got water slides. Yep, it's a city. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, what is this? How do you. Interesting. Pretty crazy Canadian technology you guys are onto. This is architecture I've never seen before. These buildings are bulging. Your buildings are bulging. That's kind of cool. I have not seen that. Got some water ducks. Yeah, that's a cool looking city. Okay. Yeah, perfect. I didn't know that. Let's keep going. Surrey, British Columbia, 630,000 people. This is another humongous city in Canada I've never heard of. It's part of Metro Vancouver. So, some of these huge cities in Canada are right outside of Canadian cities that I've heard of, like Toronto and Vancouver. Those are massive cities, the biggest cities in Canada, right? And so there's cities next to the cities. Am I understanding right? Surrey is growing rapidly, might surpass Vancouver in population? Really? In the next decade. Well, if Surrey isn't known to Americans, but it might be soon if it becomes bigger than Vancouver. It's known for diversity. Half the population is a minority. Wow, cool. Let's look at some. I'd like to see this on the map and maybe some images. Oh, come on, Google. Here we go. So this is Surrey. Wow, this again, when you look at the map, you could really argue this is just part of Vancouver, and maybe technically it is. It's right next to it. Is it more affordable? Is it? I'm sure a lot of people who live in Surrey go into Vancouver. You're literally right next to it. I'm not exactly sure what the scale is here, but couldn't you drive there in like 30 minutes or something? That's pretty cool. And the pictures, oh wow. Wow. And you have a beach because it's by the coast. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is the border. Got some buildings. Beautiful trees, that's right. British Columbia is beautiful from the other pictures I've seen in the past. Wow. Okay. Got some playgrounds, a casino. Why is that on the Google? Yeah, beautiful. Cool. Okay, let's keep going. Brampton, Ontario. Again, 670,000 people. What are with these random cities in Ontario that are humongous? A city with a strong South Asian community. It has become a tech and manufacturing hub near Toronto. Oh, it's also near Toronto. It's nicknamed the Flower City due to a history with greenhouses and floral businesses. Brampton. Okay. See if I can get some pictures here. I'm gonna look at the map because it's like, where is this? If Mississauga is here, then Brampton is there. These are literally two gigantic cities right outside of Toronto. Now, okay. Now it's starting to like make more sense to me. Cause I don't, is that normal? Maybe there's cities outside of New York City but I've never heard of them. Or like, I've never heard of the cities outside of Los Angeles, you know? But in Canada, you have these cities that are literally next to Toronto and Vancouver. Cool. Oh wait, I want to look at some photos here. Oh, water slides. It's beautiful. Canada does a wonderful job of incorporating like trees and nature and water slides into your cities. Yeah, cool. Wow, these are legit humongous cities, beautiful cities that I've never heard of before. That's crazy to me. Like Laval, Quebec, 450,000 people. All right. north of Montreal. Is that what this is mostly going to be? I think so. So the biggest cities in Canada, besides the major cities like Ottawa, Vancouver, Toronto, Quebec City, Montreal, besides those, it feels like you have some really, really huge cities just outside of them that Americans really have never heard about. It's a bilingual city, thriving tech, biotech. It was formed with the merger of 14 municipalities. Really? Um, in 1965, I'm not really sure what a municipality is, but that 14 of those are now Laval, Quebec. So congrats. Let's take a look at the map real quick. Zoom out here. Where's Quebec? Oh, there's Montreal. Oh yeah, it's just north of Montreal. Huh. That's so interesting. Yeah, there it is. Wow. It's also kind of near Ottawa. Not that far. Okay. Any pictures? Yes. Ooh. Look at this. Got some playgrounds, snow, more snow. It is Canada. It is Quebec. An island nature park, a Cosmodome. Oh, beautiful. You got some river going through it. That's beautiful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. These are amazing cities. Burnaby, British Columbia. We're getting smaller and smaller now, but these are still big cities, 275,000 people, located between Vancouver and Surrey. Wait, this is between? Because we did Surrey earlier, right? We did Surrey, yes. That's really close to Vancouver. Where is it? Oh, here it is, Burnaby. This is between Surrey and Vancouver? It's got shopping centers, film studios, a university, Simon Fraser University. It's got British Columbia's largest mall. Cool. Let's take a look here. How is this between Surrey and Vancouver? Sure enough. Sure enough, there it is. All right. Let me look here at some of these. Beautiful. I mean, yeah, these cities are all beautiful. Oh man, British Columbia is something else. You got an amusement park? Wow. Bunsen Lake. Beautiful cities. I love the nature. You can see the freaking mountains in the background. And whatever this rope bridge is, oh my God. That must be an incredible area to live in. Surrey, Burnaby, Vancouver. It looks incredible. Saskatoon. Somehow that sounds familiar. I might have heard that name before. 280,000 people. Saskatoon. I've heard that name before. It's Saskatchewan's largest city, but it's not the capital. It's an educational and agricultural hub. It's called the Paris of the Prairies? Really? Due to its many bridges. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. That's a great name, by the way. Don't let anyone ever tell you different. Saskatoon, okay. Zoom out here. Where is this? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's like slightly south Saskatchewan. I don't know much about Saskatchewan. I'm going to be very honest. Let's take a look at the photos. Cool. It's got water. Water is always... A lot of Canadian cities seem to have a river or water, and that's really beautiful. It's got a... Wow. This is this is an underrated city. It's got a very boxy building, playgrounds, this river. The riverfront is incredible. This is Saskatoon. Yeah, I've heard the name, but I've never seen it before. St. Catharines, Ontario. This is another one in Ontario. 140,000. It's in the Niagara region. It's called the Garden City. It's near Toronto and Buffalo, New York. And it's got a ship canal. Okay, if it has a canal, I feel like it's going to be very beautiful. St. Catharines. Where exactly is this in Ontario? Where are we? Oh, there's Toronto. There's Brampton and Mississauga. And then you keep going around and south towards the border. Oh, this is very close to the border. St. Catharines. Cool. I feel like I should know this one because it's so close to the United States, but I bet people in New York like know St. Catharines. That would make sense. Um, okay. This doesn't even look like a city. This looks like a suburb. Looks like a bunch of houses, and it's got whatever that thing is. Nice building. A park. This doesn't really. Okay, there we go. This is a small city. Okay, we're finally getting to where the first six on the list are like pretty massive cities in Canada that are. It's pretty shocking. Like Americans don't even like. I haven't heard about. I think five out of the first six. I've never even heard the name of. Even despite how huge and important they are. This St. Catharines is starting to get a little smaller, but it's still pretty big, 140,000, and it's by New York. Cool. Longueuil, oh boy, Longueuil, Quebec, 250,000 people. Across the St. Lawrence River from Montreal, it's residential with aerospace and tech industries. It's right by Montreal, so people maybe don't give this as much credit. It's overshadowed by Montreal. Longueuil, it's pretty 250,000 people. Pretty big place. Let's look at the map. How close to Oh, so you cross this river and you are in Longueuil. So it's cool that Canada has a lot of big cities right outside of your major cities because you can live in these like slightly smaller cities and it might be a little more tolerable than trying to live with like 5 million people or whatever. So that's cool actually. This is this also looks like a lot of just houses, boats, cool buildings, bridges. Yeah, bridges to probably cross that river into Montreal. Yeah, what is this? Does this power the earth? What is this? Cool sculpture, amusement park. And this is there is the river. Here's one picture of the city. That actually looks like a pretty big city. To me, that's like those are big buildings. Like that's a big city to me. Um, Markham, Markham, Ontario, population 340,000. Markham, one of Canada's high-tech capitals, large concentration of tech companies, corporate offices. There's IBM and Honda, all of stuff here. Where's Markham in Ontario? I have a feeling. Is this going to be by Toronto? Is this going to be another... Let's zoom out here. Where are we? Oh! Yep. Yep, sure enough. There's Markham. Brampton is west. There's Mississauga. And down here is St. Catharines. I'm actually starting to like kind of get familiar with Ontario from all this. Markham, okay. Some pictures. Oh, beautiful. Trees. This looks like very residential. Oh, there's a literal national park. And good-sized buildings. And a museum. Cool, cool. This has got a bit of everything. And it's convenient for Toronto to have all these smaller cities. They're basically surrounding. I didn't realize that's how it's designed. It's Toronto, and then there's all these big cities all around Toronto. I didn't know it was like that. Kelowna, Kelowna, British Columbia, 150,000 people, nestled in the Okanagan Valley. God, Kelowna is known for wineries, lakes, tech startups. It's one of Canada's sunniest cities. Good for retirees. Is this like the Florida, Miami of like uh, British Columbia? Where is this? Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Um, is this by Vancouver at all? Not really. There's Vancouver. It's in southern British Columbia, but wow, it's kind of off on its own. Right by a river, of course, which is like a cheat code for being wow. This might be the most naturally beautiful city on this entire list. This is amazing. This is wonderful. Wineries, valleys, water, sunsets, beautiful views. Wow. Kelowna. Kelowna. I gotta remember that one. That I see why people would retire there. That is incredible. And it's probably not as busy as like Vancouver and stuff. That's fantastic. That's a gem. This was really cool. Yeah, like I said, I think there's just so many parts of Canada that Americans don't know about, we're not taught about, we don't bother to learn about. So I wanted to bother today. I wanted to bother to learn about 10 cities that Americans should be aware of in Canada because they're big and important. And so this was really cool, actually. I learned quite a bit. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these Canadian cities. If you live in any of these areas or you've visited, that'd be cool to hear about. And if you know any other Canadian cities that like should be more recognized by Americans, that'd be cool. If you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.